Good morning. Good morning. Ugh. Dark as hell. It's like midnight. I'm gonna start a little bit early because I have to get going for a meeting. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. Earlier, waking up earlier. Sun hasn't even begun to creep up. Pitch black outside. Oh. Tomorrow I'm gonna rearrange the room. Maybe tonight. I don't know. We'll figure out. Get the green screen up here. That means I have to like say goodbye to these guys. Maryland. Disappointed Wolf. Can't be disappointed. I've gone 40 days. Come on. Yeah, just looking around the room like a feng shui around. And I'll just have the green screen in the background. I guess I don't have to move it, but. And it's going to be interesting, too, because the wind from the air bike is going to be, like, blowing it around, but whatever. Whatever. Maybe I'll weigh it down. We'll figure it out. Clip them to the sides. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to move over. Because it'll be like from the door. So it'll just be like all of this area. All of this entire wall will be green screen. Oh, I'm so tired. I only woke up a half hour earlier, but it feels like I didn't get any sleep at all. But I did. Just gotta have my coffee. Just gotta keep going. So if I play Shrek, the entirety of Shrek, and I just go, somebody, to start of every stream. What do I do for when I get fit? What's the movie that I would play in the background? First thing that went to my mind was Remember the Titans, but that's just like, that doesn't make any sense. What's a movie where you go overcome something? Just have Terminator playing. I have that Arnold physique. Well, maybe that's like another achievement. If I get that bodybuilder physique, then I'll put on Terminator. But if I just get to skinny, I don't know, Sandlot. It's like some sort of physical sports movie. What's a good Friday Night Lights? I've never seen it, but I feel like I've seen it because it's been memed on so heavily. Just such in the ether. All right, Trek is good for, it's a meme movie. What's another good meme movie? B movie? What's a meme movie that's not Trek? Yeah, B movie is the only one I can think of. What would be eye-catching? Be like, oh my god, he's watching that now that he's fit? Fit to fat. Fat to fit. Thinner. Stephen King's Thinner. That's too stupid, though. I don't know if I could show, like, the blood and gore in that. It's just gotta be family-friendly. Because I just gotta have it on in the background. Oh, we'll keep thinking. We'll keep thinking. We'll get there. We'll brainstorm. Sports movies. I feel like it's got to be some sports movie. Rudy. If only Rudy was fat. Can they remake Rudy except instead of tiny, he's just too fat? I guess then they'd just be a lineman. They'd actually have a use for him. Rudy, but he's like my 600-pound life fat. And he just rolls his hospital bed up to the side of the field. I feel like to get around the fact that he can't move is like the whole bed is motorized. It's like very loud. It's like a piece of construction equipment or something. We're just like with fat Rudy chugging down the field, and he's like destroying the track with his bed. And I'm like, Rudy, get the fuck out of here. I want to play. Why? Why do you want to play? Free concessions? Oh, Rudy. That's not noble at all. No, I just want to be part of something. Oh, there we go. That's the angle. Everyone treats him like a piece of furniture because he's so fat. In fact, that's like the VIP seats at the house is just sitting on Rudy, Fat Rudy. Yeah, there we go. I would just call it Fat Rudy, too. And they would have to dogpile on top of him because nobody's lifting Rudy into the air. And his bed just has so much horsepower that they let him play one play and he scores a touchdown. But it's just because the bed is so strong, it's not very fast, but it will bulldoze anybody who stands in front of it. So, like, nobody can take Rudy down, and no one can tip him out of the bed. So then they're like, so Fat Rudy becomes like a starting, like a running back. Ironically, of all positions on the field to play, they just make Fat Rudy the running back, and he steamrolls through, and it's like 100 to 100 every time. He just pushes these games to ridiculous scores. And then after the first game, they're like, we have to make a rule to make this illegal, right? You can't just put a vehicle on. And kids are getting like serious injuries that try to stop the bed. So a bunch of parents of like other football teams are like, hey, we gotta make this. We can't do this. Rudy can't be playing no more. It was fun one time.
Volkswagen official said, is this superb owl talk?
Superb owl. Good morning, Bulk. We're talking about sports movies, and I started creating a fiction for Fat Rudy. It's Rudy, the movie about a kid who wanted to play for Notre Dame, but he was just too tiny. But instead of being tiny, he's like bedridden fat. And they finally put him in for one play at the end of the season, and like he scores a touchdown. And then they realize the bed is like so strong that it could just run over anything in its path. Oh yeah, the bed moves like a tank. It's just how it's got to be, so someone who can't leave a bed walk can get around the whole movie. But it's also like how he scores all the touchdowns. He just slowly creeps in. And yeah, it takes most of the quarter, but you just give Rudy the ball and he scores a touchdown. And he eats half the footballs. And they're like, Rudy, come on, man. I got hungry. And so that's Act 1. It's Rudy scoring the first touchdown. And then Act 2 is he's winning every game for his team. But the parents are like, listen, we wouldn't put a car on the team. He's essentially running over people. And then they make a new law where Rudy can't ride his bed onto the field anymore. They're like, we didn't think we had to make this a rule, but here we go. So, they start losing a bunch of games. And they're like, if Rudy just could get out of bed, he would still be untackleable. He would be as slow or slower. And so, end of Act 2, lowest of the lows. The law passes. Rudy has to stop playing. And then Act 3, Rudy starts to walk. He takes his first step, right? And then it's just like, do. Rudy took a step. And it's like during a game, too. Completely unrealistic. And he just starts marching down the field. And, like, he's racing against the clock. It's, like, taking 15 minutes. But all the kids are tackling onto him. And he's still going. And it's, like, seconds left in the game. And when one of the rival coaches gets an idea to like wave a hot dog on the sideline, and it starts to work, and Rudy starts to divert from the touchdown, the end zone.
I only know John Madden and Tom Brady, I'm sorry.
And then, like, the love interest of the movie runs up and eats the hot dog. And then Rudy snaps out of it and scores the touchdown. No good morals. In fact, people would say how insensitive. But, yeah, there's the whole movie. He scores a touchdown on his own merit, and he learns that he can do it if he just tries. So that's my plot read for Fat Rudy. I think I played Tomb Raider one time, and I was like, oh my god, it has Resident Evil 10 controls off. That works for a game like Resident Evil because it adds to like the horror element where it's like I can't run away really quickly. And John Madden, do you think John Madden knew that they were going to try to use his name? I guess they still do, right? Do they make new Madden games? I guess so, right?
Of course.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels kind of shady. I mean, like, who even knows? Like, I guess, what kid knows John Madden? They're like, why is this called Madden?
He did like tons of commercials in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, but that's like of the time. How many people now know who John Madden is? Like, how many kids? I don't know. It just feels shady to use something like that after someone's passed away. Like my branding. I don't know. Maybe not. Especially if he was still getting his money for his family or whatever. As long as they're still getting paid, that's all I care about. What I don't like is like the idea of him passing away and they go, well, we don't have to pay a dead person. Cut the royalties down. It's not like he can do new commercials. Or can he? Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. AI posthumous advertising. It's going to happen. Someone is going to be so insensitive, and it's going to get some backlash, but I don't know if it's going to stop anybody. It might be like super effective. Like Biggie and Tupac arguing over like taco chains or something. It's like, wow.
They already did AI ads with Bruce Willis.
That's true, yeah. You know, he's got that dementia now, and they just like slapped his face on some like Russian or Chinese guy and had him do like weird car or bank commercials in Russia. That feels shitty too, because there's no way he consented to that. Like, of sound mind. Like, clearly he was starting to lose it. Or maybe he did have the foresight to be like, hey, I'm realizing I'm not going to get any fucking work. Let's take anything that comes my way. Yes to everything. Man, if we would have known that, could I have gotten Bruce Willis in a short film? Maybe. He did so many of those shitty short movies.
Yeah, he took any project lately before retiring.
Mm-hmm. At first I was like, does a close friend or family member have some dirt on Bruce Willis? Like, why is he taking these? Or the other side of it, does Bruce Willis have horrible gambling debts? But now we can look back in hindsight and go, oh, it was definitely the disease. It was definitely that. Now everything makes sense. See, this is the, yeah. Sometimes getting the full picture. You know, because before you're like, there's something nefarious going on. And then after you're like, actually that makes complete sense. I would have done the same thing. Provide for my family while I still can before I go cuckoo bananas. And I can relate. My dad's got dementia, and he's just not there. You talk at him, and sometimes he talks about like squirrels and deers or something, and you're like, what? Or rarely he'll like remember something, but it's like, I don't think you did that, but okay. But past couple times I've seen him, just nothing. Just nothing there. He goes, huh? He gets walked around. I feel bad. But still my dad. Still love him. so I understand the play.
Ghost in the Pill underscore said, good morning.
Good morning, Ghost in the Pill. How are you? You're getting it in a little early today. I got a morning meeting I can't miss, so gotta be out the door a little bit earlier.
Just got off work, time to vibe.
Nice, nice.
Bulk Bogan official said, am I crazy or this is new bike?
This is new bike. You are not crazy. I got new bike last Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember. It is good. I still have old bike. I don't know what to do with old bike because the pedal keeps slipping off of it. It's like so frustrating. Every time I'm like, do I want to give this away? Like the pins on it are new.
Yet I haven't kept up
really
WIS Jason cycling at McCurrs.
Yeah. Well, as long as you tune in, that's all that matters. Tune in eventually. Catch up. Ghost in the Pill, we were talking about the football movie Rudy. And, like, what if they redid it with a fat guy who was bedridden? My idea was called Fat Rudy. And he's just zipping around the field in a hospital bed. That goes very, very slowly. I say zipping around, but that bed's moving like 2 miles an hour.
Said, big man makes big plays.
Big man makes big plays, exactly. Are we going to get to that level of filmmaking where there's just like no shame? Where it's just like, yeah, that sounds kind of insensitive. I don't think they would ever, a big studio would ever make that. Are we going to get to a time in Hollywood where it's like, no, we'll make that. It hasn't been done before. Just start doing just crazy stuff. Like a rom-com with a internment camp soldier. It's like, what? It hasn't been done before. Just do it. What else?
North Korean rom-com.
A cancer surviving movie, but the cure for cancer was just drinking.
Bulk Bogan official said, with all due respect to Brendan Friesier, I found it insensitive that he played a fat guy in a fat suit in The Whale.
Oh, really? I thought he did great. I'm of the mind that you don't have to be the thing to play the thing. That's what acting is. I'd rather have someone like Rockstar. Like, what was Scarlett Johansson got in Hot Water? And Tilda Swinton got in Hot Water for playing, like, gender bending, race bending. Maybe race is the one thing you don't touch, but a skinny person playing a fat person, I don't have any actual problem with. A regular person playing a disabled part, I don't have any problem with. It's like, hey, there's plenty of disabled actors you could have given a part to. It's like, yeah, but we had a fucking A-lister. Now, there is a line. Gary Oldman playing Tiptoes, playing a midget or little person, whatever the accepted nomenclature is. That one's a little too...
I was about to say that.
That's not good. That was very bad. Maybe that in that unique... And you know what?
Forgot his name.
The biggest spit in the face was Peter Dinklage was in the movie, but he played some weird French womanizer. I don't know. But you had Peter Dinklage.
_ said,
and you didn't use him as the main
Forrest
guy?
Gump.
Forrest Gump. But everybody loves Forrest Gump, so maybe it worked out for them. I guess do it, but you're taking a big chance. I love when people get back at the movie studios. Like, the movie studios is like, oh boy, this is going to flop.
Hogan official said, Forrest Gump is Ready Player One for boomers.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just like teleporting all over the world.
War.
Vietnam War, yeah. Bubba.
Ghostinthapil _ said, I went to a restaurant called Bubba Gump's, was pretty good actually.
Oh yeah, I think it's themed after the movie. Did they have shrimp? I think there's a chain of Bubba Gump's. Either that or you went to an unauthorized shrimp restaurant.
Hell yeah, they had shrimp.
Oh yeah. I don't know what it is, but just hearing Bubba Gump makes me hungry for shrimp. So, something to it. You know, what if movie studios tried to capitalize on that, and they're like, people only like Bubba Gump because he went on a ramp about different shrimps. Let's have a chicken nugget Gump. Chicken, I don't know. Chicken nugget Bubba. And he just goes off on all the ways you can cook chicken. I want to be a chicken farmer and make chicken patties, chicken breasts. And they're like, oh my God, this is the advertising for chicken we've always hoped for. And then every movie just has that Bubba character rattling off different foods. It just becomes a trope in and of itself. It's essentially like an ad in the movie for whatever.
Bulk Bogan official said, I heard they made the restaurant chain from Supersize Me into a real thing.
That's so funny. Ah, man, we all fell for that. Just an alcoholic going through withdrawals. The movie. And he blamed it on McDonald's. And it worked. He made a billion-dollar company bend the knee. And it turns out he was just a huge piece of shit. You know what? Good for him, though. It's nice to know that one person can affect some change, even by questionable means. But that one guy took on like the top restaurant of the world. Just goes to show you a good message. You get that out there. You get that in front of the people. You get them inspired. It can also work bad, you know, cult of personality. Scott Way. That's how the current U.S. political system is working right now. People just think he's funny. They don't know anything he actually does. They're just like, I like this guy. I don't know anything about the other guy. I'm just going to keep voting for this guy. Because every time I see him, he makes me laugh. Or he says something that aligns with my fears. I'm not going to at all look at results. In fact, anything negative in my life, I'm just going to keep reinforcing and putting that on people I don't like. So if something bad happens in my life, it's not this guy I like. It's all the people I hate. It could swing the other way. You think after the loss that the Democratic Party just started scouting comedy clubs? They're like just looking for a new candidate on the open mic scene. They're like, please, can we get a stand-up that will shill Democratic agenda? But he's got to be really, really, really funny to even stand remotely a chance.
All washed up comedians go Republican grifter route though.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. President Jon Stewart. I like John, but I feel like, I don't know. I don't think he could win over the kids. Who's somebody like relevant that would shill for? I was going to say maybe Post Malone, but I think he's definitely truck riding Republican. You take that Budweiser money, you forget about everybody else. Hey, thanks, Honick. I'm going. Hey, look at this number. Hey, look at this number. 40 days in a row.
They should ask Walmart Yodel Kid maybe.
Thanks for the encouragement. We're getting down. We're trending down. They should. It's Walmart Yodel Kid? I don't even know who that is. I'm going to have to look that up after. Walmart Yodel Kid. Yeah, I'd vote for him for president.
Old meme,
Sight
I guess.
unseen. Old meme? Okay. I mean, shit, let's go full idiocracy and just make it a wrestler. But again, what's a wrestler that was democratic in any way, shape, or form? And also good. Who else? There's got to be somebody. Big and strong, big personality, but also... Why is this so hard to think of? Maybe we... Or let's just bribe somebody. Hey, I know you're Republican, but just for this, do it for the money. You could become president. You just need somebody to go against this guy. We're trying to think too hard, I think. Let's just carrot on a stick a new candidate. Who would it be? Who has like blind loyalty and maybe even face some controversy that could go up in a presidential election? Because let's face it, yeah, it's going to be Trump again. They're going to find a way to make him so a president can run 3 terms. Before, I didn't believe anything, and now I believe everything.
Byzantia
everything
Dev
is
said,
possible.
I'd support a law to make it mandatory for all politicians to wear a lie detector test whenever they speak.
Yeah, but those don't work. You could fool that. Any politician, I feel like, could already pass. You know, you control your breathing. And I think...
Spike Memer said, "Did you see the monstrosity an AI turned you into, Jason?"
Yeah, the home movies generator, that was terrifying, but also pretty cool. Thanks for sharing that. Good morning, Spike. Good morning, Biz. Now, I feel like it was like unavoidable lie detector. I don't know. That. Yeah, I guess if you're going to run for office and control all our money, then maybe you should. Like if we had like a real lie detector. You know that guy who goes around on all different podcasts, the old guy who gives like the thumbs up or thumbs down? That's just total bullshit. Any person who like actually runs a polygraph test will tell you that it's like...
official said, "Okay guys, I got it."
First off, you have to analyze the results, and like, you can't just thumbs up and thumbs down. You take the test, they go back and analyze the data, and then they say there's no definitives when it comes to
Jeff
the polygraph.
Kelly, first gamer president.
Okay. I just don't think he's popular outside of anyone who doesn't play video games. Like my mom would be like, "What? We need someone like Universal. We need like Ray Romano or something like."
I don't think he's popular in video games.
Something in syndication. Mike and Molly run for president. Young Sheldon runs for president. There we go. I think that's it. Everyone just thinks he's a genius because he played one on TV.
Jack Black was likable like a year ago.
Yeah, but man, that really turned. You know, that I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B for Jack Black. It was like, all right, him turning on Kyle Gass in the middle, like, how hypocritical. You could tell he just got yelled at by sponsors and stuff, and he flipped on his best friend. Like, he was literally
said,
laughing during
Ray
the show.
Romano as resident would be a 2.5 season show.
Yeah, I can see that. Everybody loves Ray except the U.S. people, the people of America. And then Jack Black doing just like every shill movie. Like, when I saw him in Minecraft, I go, this is like those fake movie trailers at the beginning of Tropic Thunder. I cannot believe he would say yes to this. This is so cringy, weird. There's no story to the game. What is going on? It's like a Fortnite movie. And now that I've said it, it's probably already in production, a Fortnite movie. They're probably just holding off to see how the Minecraft movie does before they put it.
Nicolas Cage will say yes to any roles. Brendan Fraser too.
I don't know why I feel differently about that. Maybe because Nick Cage needs it. Because he's just like really bad with money. And Brendan Fraser hasn't worked in a while, so I guess I'm okay with that. My problem with Jack Black is he definitely doesn't need it. Nick Cage is off buying weird pyramid gravestones.
Hulk Hogan official said, Nick Cage needs it because he really wants that T-Rex skull he stole from Mongolian government.
Yes, that is exactly what I was thinking of. Oh,
Spike
yeah.
Beamer said, after last year incident, I'm not much of a JB fan anymore.
Yeah, that. It just didn't make any sense. He was clearly riding the public opinion instead of having his own opinion. Or any balls. Like, Kyle is your, like, good friend. Why would you turn on him like that just overnight? Made no sense. Yeah, it was kind of an off-color joke. But, like, you're going to ruin the friendship, ruin the band for that? So stupid. And it's like, everyone sees what you're doing, man.
Byzantiadev said, at Bulk Bogan Official, I want a movie about getting the skull back.
I am excited for the Nicolas Cage noir Spider-Man. That is just so weird. Like, thank God for Into the Spider-Verse just doing something really, really weird. But not as weird as just like, they're like, okay, Spider-Pig is too weird. Well, we could do noir Spider-Man as like a real movie.
Bulk Bogan Official said, National Treasure 3.
Good casting. National Treasure 3, yeah. I don't know if
Byzantiadev
it'll be
said,
good, but
good casting.
It's a funny trailer. I like anything that lateral thinks. Like, it might not work, but if you're taking a chance, I hate, like, you know, the easy thing for studios to do is just keep repeating the stuff that works ad nauseum. Good morning, Shadow. How's it going? So anytime a studio takes a chance on something, they're like, I don't know if this is going to work, but it seemed popular. I'm down. Except when it's like they're taking a chance because, like,
after stealing the Declaration of Independence, how much bigger can you get? Stealing the White House?
Yeah. I've got to steal the president. What? He's got a map of the secret treasure on his eyelids. Whoa, here we go again.
Spike Memer said, I'm still waiting on the Community movie.
Okay. You know, them bringing Morbius back to theaters, that was just a funny miscalculation. That made me think, like, are studio executives that stupid where they just, like, see something trending?
Byzantiadev said, Barbie 2 as a gritty war movie could be a nice upset.
Oh, interesting. I haven't seen Barbie, but I've heard good things about it, so. Just not my vibe, I feel like, but. Seems funny. I've seen some, like, clips of it. Like, nice, interesting attitude to have about it, but just make a really funny Barbie movie instead of, like, a.
Bulk Bogan Official said, Joker 3, he's Bayaya.
And this time, instead of a musical, it's a dance number. It's different. Or, okay, what could it be? First one's a serious drama. Second one's a musical. Third one, we already said war movie.
Byzantiadev said, at Bulk Bogan Official
Bollywood.
Bollywood.
That's too close to musical. Bollywoods are all have big dance numbers. What's something completely... Joker
Spike
3.
Memer said, Hollywood Goopsie.
Joker 3 Infinity War
Bollywood
just meets up with
asterisk.
the Avengers. And even though it's
Byzantiadev
DC versus
said,
Marvel.
Expressionist Arthus.
That feels too serious. Children movie. Joker 3 meets Barney. Is Barney still relevant? I don't think so. I think Bluey and stupid
Spike
Cocomelon.
Memer said, Joker 3 but it's just FNAF again.
Yeah, nothing's different.
Byzantiadev said,
Joker 3, but
I
it's an
read
Adam
somewhere
Sandler
that
film.
the actor who played Barney started a tantric sex cult.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Spike Memer said, I'm about to Google Barney Tantric sex cult.
Incognito mode. Separate computer. Go to the library. I think I could put Lon on the list or something.
Said, good
luck. Yeah. Here's an interesting question. Does weird sex stuff lead to you starting a cult, or does starting a cult always lead to weird sex stuff? It also makes me think that...
Spike Memer said, gotta ask Diddy that one.
Yeah. I guess that goes to show, if Jesus came back to Earth, or God came to Earth, tons of people would want to have sex with him.
I think starting the cult leads to sex. A lot of cults were offshoots of established faiths first.
That's true. That's true. And some don't. It doesn't always lead. There we go.
Bulkbogan official said, speaking of funny comic book movies, I think it's so wonderful that Warren Beatty still holds rights to Dick Tracy.
Oh, no way. I would love to see a modern Dick Tracy. There's like a lot of interesting like villains.
I find it really appropriative that Scientology wears Navy uniforms. Bulkbogan official said, and played him in several videos just to hold on to the rights.
That's amazing. I feel it really inappropriate that Scientology wears Navy uniforms. Oh, I didn't know.
Dev said, did you see the 2008 Daredevil movie with Evanescence in the soundtrack?
No, I've never seen it, but it seems like amoebable of the times. You know, I still go to karaoke, and I still hear people go singing Evanescence, so. But yeah, what a weird thing to have for a movie that's trying to be serious. It's just such a meme thing, I feel like now. Both things now, but.
Spike Memer said, I wonder what happened to Edward Norton.
Yeah, what did happen to him? They wanted him to be Hulk, but he didn't want to join the Marvel Universe or something. I think he's done like a... He did that weird space movie, Asteroid City. Yeah, what's Edward Norton up to? Did he fall into controversy? Am I like setting myself up? I just didn't know. Did Edward Norton do a boo-boo?
Bulkbogan official said, Mark Ruffalo ate him.
Yeah, there you go. That's what happened.
Spike Memer said, he'll probably be in like Ready Player 2 or something.
Yeah, sad. I mean, that's just to show you like how they'll just chew you up and spit you out. Or maybe he's just like waiting. Nah, that's probably not it. Just no scripts are coming his way. That's the more likely. There's just too many people in the world. Too many things. You can only be on top for so long before people are just like, all right, another Ed Norton movie. Skip. And then they toss you out with the trash. There you go. Get good. We're going to put Timothy Chalamet and everything because he's young and for some reason.
Bulkbogan official said, according to Wikipedia, Edward Norton is hard to work with.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be an asshole. Maybe get more parts if you're just likable. Like, I like how Martin Scorsese and, like, Leo are friends, and, like, Quentin and Sam Jackson. And, like, they just have their, like, crews.
I wonder at what point fame gets to your head.
Yeah. But it seems like those are two directors and two just crews that can, like, pump out stuff. But they don't just, like, shit it out for... Like, they wait until it's a good idea. Martin Scorsese was working on something that I was like kind of excited for. Forget what it was though. Oh, Devil in the White City. Martin Scorsese's. But then you know, I don't like announcing stuff before it's like there's even a trailer for it because a lot of stuff in Hollywood just dies.
Fight Club, but it's just Adam Sandler keeping his friends employed.
But Devil in the White City is about like a serial killer during like World's Fair times in Chicago. Anyway, I'm excited for it. I don't want to spoil too much, but
Bulk Bogan official said, absolute cinema.
Yeah. Fight Club, but it's Adam Sandler just keep
Byzantiadev said, didn't Metropolis recently fail because it was a weird Vanuatu project with little plot?
Yeah, I wonder if with time we'll see what Francis Ford Coppola was doing. Or if he just made a weird, like... That's another thing, too. It's just like, you know what? No studio would have produced it, so he used his, like, profits from his wine, his Coppola wine. I've seen clips. I do have it downloaded, but I haven't watched it yet.
But we need more weird vanity projects, not less.
I think so. I think so. That is the risk you take. Is that nobody's going to get it or everyone's going to get it. Like, there's no in between. There's no mild success with a weird vanity project because you are, like, putting your everything into it. Whether that's good or not.
Byzantiadev said, I kind of agree. So long as you work with a friend that will tell you it's shit.
That's the key, I think. Nobody in Francis Ford Coppola's corner had a word in his ear. But then again, maybe Francis Ford Coppola is entering his David Lynch phase or whatever. Better late than never. He's just making weird shit that only he likes, and who gives a fuck? Who knows? Who knows? With David Lynch passing away, there was like a clip of like Roger Ebert like saying, I don't even get it. It was so stupid. And then you see him like face to face with David Lynch on the red carpet going, it was so magical. I was just such a great movie. I mean, he was talking about different projects.
Bulk Bogan official said, unlike Jorge Lucas who don't make movie anymore.
Yeah, George Lucas. He's just sitting on a brand. It's like before when George Lucas was young, he was flipping those Star Wars burgers. But now George Lucas owns the factory. And he's just got to sell his name. He never has to flip a burger again. He never has to try. I don't know.
Byzantiadev said,
make a new
didn't he
Star
make a
Wars
film
roller
called
coaster?
Blue Angel
Brilliant,
as a
George.
vanity project and that was a little off?
Oh, George Lucas? I don't know.
Bulk Bogan official said, the more you make movies the more you understand that it sucks.
Yeah. Making short films, it's fun to do like once a year. Even then, it's kind of stressful, and you're like, why did I do this? And then you got to make a lot of compromises.
Byzantiadev said, yeah, big personalities make big problems.
Yeah, I totally get why some directors
Bulk Bogan official said, Case and Point latest Neil Breen movies.
Oh, God, that made me so sad. I was like, okay. He didn't try whatsoever. I think he's just getting really, really old. Maybe he was like sick or something, but I heard him do like an interview for Cade to Torture Crossing or whatever. Like he was just talking before one of the screenings. And he just sounded done. You know, he's working on his 7th movie. But, you know, I have little faith that it will go well. I think he's either self-aware or I just don't know. Too reliant on green screen. I don't know.
Byzantiadev said, he just used green screens and used some of the cheapest CGI I've ever seen.
Yeah. I got excited because that tiger fight was at the beginning of the movie. I was like, oh shit. But then that was like the
At
only
least
thing.
Ed Wood believed his own work.
That must have been too expensive for him. Like to custom animate a tiger. And so the rest was just all green screen. At least Ed Wood believed in his own work, yeah. I feel like Neil Breen did until this latest one. I'm like, I don't know if he believes it the same anymore. Twisted Pair was like his last. God, that's another one I wish I just had a crystal ball. Look into Neil Breen's head. It's like, do you know what's going on here? Tommy, I feel like it's very obvious. Tommy was so clearly tried to make a serious film and just cash in. Neil, I don't know. He's got the ego, and up until this last one, it seemed like he had a vision, but
Troma has its entire identity in bad films and makes it work somehow.
yeah.
Bulkbogan official said, well, could be worse. Could be Derek Savage.
Who's Derek Savage?
Straight up scamming Peel for money.
That's no good. My name sort of sounds familiar.
Byzantiadev said, at Bulkbogan official
Oh.
Cool Cat scams the kids.
Cool Cat. Yep. I remember now.
Bulkbogan official said, he made Cool Cat save the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, just destroy Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Though there's too many scams on that thing. Get rid of GoFundMe too. Too easy to scam people online. Way to take something that was like did a couple cool things and then just turn it into Scam City USA.
Hey now, Star Citizen release is just around the corner.
I'll believe it when I see it. I gave $40 to Star Citizen.
Byzantiadev said, and Half-Life 3.
Half-Life 3. Well, Half-Life 3, they kind of admitted during the documentary this, like, there's no work being done on it. There was some work done, and then they just missed the... Well, I guess that was episode 3. I honestly thought that, like, documentary was going to lead up to them dropping info about Half-Life 3, but it seems like that'll never happen now. I honestly think Valve is going to have to pay up for, like, gambling. I don't know. I feel like our administration is too old to even know what anything is, like. But I kind of feel like...
An official said, Gabe is too busy with his yacht armada.
That's so sad. Power corrupts absolutely. Half-Life 3 is just like a real-life game. An ARG. About stopping this gambling empire. All right. Last 15
Half-Life
seconds.
is the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. Half-Life was the friends we made along the way. Sprint to the finish. Sprinting. Sprint. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Okay. I got to get ready for work. I gotta zoop off to downtown. Thanks for watching as always. Have a good rest of your days. See you tomorrow morning. We're trending down. Good things are happening. All right. Peace.